Hey there, it's Kimberly here with Knit for Brains, and today I want to show you my wee book collection from We Crochet, so stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. If you've never been here before, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for you, and I'm so glad you're here. If you have been around my channel for a while, then you know that I am a huge fan of We Crochet and Knit Picks, only because their prices are amazing. They offer great deals on shipping, like free shipping over $45. They're always offering sales and coupons. And I'm really loving their pattern books. And I'd gotten a few before, and they were offering a sale. I think it was like 30% off on their pattern books. And I was like, time to stock up. So I wanted to show you the ones that I got and why I like these guys so much. And then in order to hit the free shipping, which isn't hard, it's $45 free shipping, I added in a couple little pieces. So let's take a look. All right, so this is one that I've had for a while. It's called Seams, and it uses mostly their alpaca upcycled blended, which I absolutely love. But what I like about these books, all the We Crochet books, is that they're really nice and handy. Like you could stick them into your pattern bag or whatever, like your project bag, and they don't take up a lot of space. And when I show you some of these little bit, they're so teeny tiny, but they're super handy and convenient, right? Like a lot of times I find a pattern and I have to print it out because the book is too big or it's online or whatever. So I just like the size of these books. So this one is called Behind the Seams. So I got this book when it came out and I paid $14.99 for this book. Now recently they were offering a sale, 30% off on all their books. I didn't get this one because I already had it, but I knew that I liked it. So when the sales came in, I was like, oh, yes, please. What's really great is it gives you charts. So this one here is a little bit more of it's all crochet, but it has a little bit of a mosaic look to it. So it's a nice chart. The patterns are really, really easy to read, very, very well written. And now these all came in from Brianna Kepner. So this is this one particular designer that she did all of these patterns. And I love them. I've actually got, I went out and got the yarn. And so I'm just waiting to make these patterns. I've got the stuff to make this one. And this is the one that really drew me in. This is called the Leading Lady Duster. And so I have all the yarn. This is using the upcycle alpaca blend, which is currently on offer for $5 a ball. Normally it's like $9.99 a ball. And I know I've been raving and going on and on about this. And I know that you guys have picked some up from it. I'm sure you have. This was a really cute pattern as well. This was the Meet Cute sweater. So if you've been looking at their website and you're checking out some of these books, I kind of wanted to show you, here's what's inside. Comes with all the patterns. So this is called the Meet Cute sweater. And usually they come with about 4 or 5 patterns in each one. So here's the one, which is really adorable. And then this is another one, the Leading Lady Duster. So that's number 2. Then we've got, and it's got, all of the really great instructions, and I love working with charts. If you know anything about me, you know I love charts. This one is called the Motion Picture Mosaic Cardi. Love that one. And these are and I think it even tells you whether it is like a intermediate or a beginner pattern or something along those lines. Then there's the Rom-Com Cardi. Love that. Very simple. These projects I could get done probably in easily a week if I'm not working on it every hour of every day. But if I was really just trying to jam through it, I could probably get through it on a weekend. So then this is the rom-com. And then here is the producer pullover. Adorable, adorable pattern. So this was, what did I say? There's 5 patterns in here. I think that's what this is. Did I count 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5. So at $14.99, that's actually a really great price. But anyways, so this is what got me into the We Crochet books. Then they were offering them on sale. This is another one that I've had for a while. Love this one. This is called Granny Glow Up. Again, love the size, right? Now this one here has a lot of different kinds of granny squares and granny square patterns. This one has a little bit of an intro, but then there's 5 patterns. So you can kind of expect to get about, 5 patterns out of these. This is also $14.99. Now again, they often offer sales, so you might want to keep a lookout for those. So here it's going to give you just some super basic granny square, again, with the chart. Love the charts. This is your classic granny square. This is your sunburst granny square. This is your spark granny square, your solid granny square. So these are all granny squares that are featured in the patterns in this book. But if you just were like, hey, give me some, ideas, inspirations, this is a great place as well. This is your Pippi headband. So this is pattern number 1. And then it's got the, great pictures, great color charts. This is the Gigi cowl. Love that. Again, using one of those, and then it even gives you a diagram of how to attach the squares. This is the Mimi pullover. So cute. This is using the, let's see, granny square adorned sleeves, basic granny squares. So that's that one. And it tells you here the color charts and stuff like that. So it really takes all the guesswork out of it. This is the Birdie cardigan, which is just your basic granny square cardigan with your granny stripes. Love this. And it tells you, what yarns to use and things like that, and all the different sizes. So the sizes go from like extra small up to like extra large, which is nice too. Good variety, full spectrum there. So it's showing you here, and again, how to put them together in the charts, color order. So it's a very pretty comprehensive book. Here it tells you, like how to make the different squares and how many and so forth. So that's pretty entailed right there. And then it's got them there. The next one is the Oma blanket. So it goes from small to large, right? You got your headband, your cowl, your cardigan, and then your big old blanket like this. But sometimes you just maybe aren't in the committing mood. Sometimes I'm like, let's just date a little bit before I really get into it. And so before you really want to like commit to a full-on relationship with an Afghan, you can start with a little headband. Now that is easily a day project for sure. It's got all the charts in here, and then it even shows you how to put this together. So loved this book here. This is my wee book collection on wee crochet. As I'm heading off to Ireland, I figured, well, that's sort of appropriate. So these guys. Now, this is what I got on sale. Now, because I really wanted to get that $45 of free shipping, because you know me, I'm just like a stickler for free shipping, I had to add in a couple little extra things, not much, to get to my free shipping. So the first thing I added was these guys. How cute is this? This is a lace weight. It's called a loft. It is called Mirth, and it's 260 yards. So it's very, very, very tiny. I'm going to mix this in with something. I think I was probably thinking about that pink dress and thing. I'm making like the self-portrait or portrait of her on the front. So I'm looking at any colors that are like pink and purple and just really drawing me in. So I got this. Now this came in at $7.99 per ball. I think this color might have been on sale. So I got 2 of these guys. So that's quite a bit, but that's really pretty. I can mix this in with just about anything. And then I got, and I don't know why I thought it was a bigger bag, but it's so damn cute. It's so dang cute. I can't even get mad at it. I got this bag of polyfill, but look how tiny it is. I mean, y'all know you get polyfill, right? It's like, right? Not this guy, just this size here. But this came in at $3.99. Now, polyfill is not very expensive. Again, I just wanted to get the cheapest thing I could and get it on. But this is fine because I have to stuff some of the breasts for my knitted knockers for my my charity. So this is going to be perfect for that. Or if you have like a little, toy or whatever, when you just really don't want a big bag, or maybe you want to travel with it. So I got this coming in at $3.99. Let's talk about the sale. They were having a book sale. The first one I got was this Shoareline collection. Look at how tiny and adorable this thing is. It's so freaking cute. I was like, I got it, and I was laying in bed last night reading it, and I'm like, oh, that's really tiny. But with my glasses, it's okay. So this is the beachfront wrap. So I believe you get, let's see if it tells you how many patterns. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 patterns in this book. This is coming in at $7.79. Again, these were 30% off. But I like the spiral bound. This is super easy when you're working with patterns. You just want to be able to open it up. So this is called the Sand Dollar Shawl. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. This is called the Changing Tides Shawl. So it shows you all the pictures here in the front. And don't worry, they do offer you patterns. Here's the High Tide Shawl. The Beach Stroll Shawl. Isn't that pretty? The Swept Away Shawl. And these are all crochet. Malibu wrap, definitely cute. And the lighthouse wrap, love it. Oh, and there's more. Lighthouse wrap here. And then the Pebble Beach shawl here. So this is what you get in the front. Then here is your pattern. So that's as big as it. That's not actually too small. That's actually pretty good. And it tells you, you know, of course, what sizes to use. And I have a lot of the Hawthorne yarn, the tonal hand-painted fingerling weight, which is what they call for. So I thought that was great. But I mean, can you just imagine like popping this in your little project box or your project bag? I loved it. This one here is your changing tide. So again, it's got your chart, which isn't great. I love charts. If I can get the hang of a chart and figure this out, I'll go to a chart over the instructions pretty much anytime. Maybe I'm more of a visual learner than I am something else. High tide shawl here. So here's the directions there. The beach stroll chart. No, it's pattern. The swept away shawl. The coastal coral shawl. It's so tiny. This one I was like, oh, this is really small. This isn't actually the most exciting part of my whole little haul. So I just want you to know that. I got really excited. And then here are the charts in the back. This is by far the smallest book in my haul, and possibly the smallest book that I've ever purchased in crochet or knit ever. I mean, this is like wee tiny. This is the lighthouse wrap, and then it goes into the Pebble Beach shawl. Okay. So as long as you have young eyes or good eyeglasses, and even still, it's not that hard to read. And this is a compilation of a bunch of different designers. So this is a We Crochet collection. Anyway, so I liked this one. This one I got for $7.79, but it's got the 10 patterns in it. So that's fantastic if you ask me. All right, let me jump in because a lot of you are like, you cannot crochet socks. I'm like, yes, you can. You can crochet socks. And when I found this book, I was like, oh, I have never seen a whole collection of crocheted socks. You always see books on knitted socks, but I haven't seen a lot on crocheted socks. And I have some really beautiful, this comes from Knit Picks, which is Recrochet. It's their sister channel of this yarn. It's called Filet. And I have a lot of this. And I was like, love it. And again, and I've said this before, so if you've heard it before, if you heard me say it before, I apologize. You want to make sure that when you're using a sock yarn that it's got some nylon in it, even though it might say sock weight on it, make sure that the actual content says that it has nylon, because the nylon is going to give it the stretch. This is a superwash merino wool, 75%, 25% nylon, which means it's going to have some stretch. So if you put it on your feet and then you take them off, it's going to go back. But if it doesn't have that nylon in it, they're just going to stretch and go, thank you very much. And then they're just going to sit out there, you know, flapping in the wind like socks on a rooster, as I always say. So anyways, super excited about this book. Now this book came in at $8.99 on sale. So I think this came in originally like at $14.99. So just take a look for their sales, right? Here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sock patterns in here. And then it tells you, you know, like how is a sock supposed to fit, how to measure your feet and things like that. I was so jazzed when I saw this because how easy is this to take a sock pattern book and a skein of this, and typically a skein like this will make 2 socks, and I think usually it'll tell you it'll make like 2 socks, but I have a lot of it. So anyways, here is your easy morning Sunday sock, or easy like Sunday morning sock. Isn't that adorable? And again, it's got the pattern. So this book is obviously coming in a little bit bigger, but I don't mind. That's it. Short and sweet. Then it's got cake socks. So this is probably using their chroma. Their chroma is beautiful. It comes in little balls, but it's got really beautiful color transitions in there. And that again is a wool and a nylon. These guys, your sideways starters, those are fun. And that is using the Hawthorne fingerling weight, which is a superwash Highland wool with some polyamide. Again, that's the polyamide is going to be that nylon, that stretchy part. The heel pop, that's super fun. And they're also giving you in all sizes, from smalls all the way up to XXL. So you know you're going to be covered with that. This is using the Palette Fingerling 100% Peruvian Highland wool. Now this is coming in with a wool, and it's not saying that it has any nylon in it. That's interesting. Comes with the two colors. It comes with the palette fingerling 100% Peruvian Highland wool in the asphalt twist, which is the black, and also the alfalfa. Maybe it's because of that it's in the wool, but you're just using that for your toes and your heels. This is your double chain. This is using the stroll yarn, and again, it's calling for that superwash merino wool and the nylon, just your basic solid color if that's what you're in the mood for. Sometimes I get the most beautiful sock yarn, love gorgeous sock yarns, and I'm like, I would never have that in my socks. For instance, like this guy here, Purple Lamb Fibers, which I love these guys. This is in the Superwash Merino Wool 20% nylon. It's beautiful. It's assigned pooling, which means the yarn's going to kind of create its own pattern, but I would not bury this in my shoes. I would not do that. That's just me. I would put this in a scarf somewhere that could really, you know, show it off. This I don't mind. This is cute. This is fun. And I actually have to finish the other sock that I can't seem to find. And I was hoping the pattern would be in here, but it's not. This is your Royal Diamond. So if you look closely, that's got a really interesting little diamond pattern, kind of a cable, which, hold the phone because I'm getting there. This is using the Caprette Superwash Merino Wool, again with some nylon in it. And these are your rainy day socks. Who is getting socks from me for Christmas and their birthdays? Everybody, everybody. So if any of my friends and family are watching this right now, like girds your loins, friends, hold my bag because you're getting socks, because these are too stinking cute. So these are all the socks right here. Isn't that fun? So again, nice little, now this is coming in the same size as the other books, right? So again, really good, easy size. You can just pop right into your project bag. These guys are what really caught my eye. These babies right here. When I was in elementary school, we had these books, they called them readers, and you start with like pre-K and you have to work your way through and you get to take it home and it's very exciting, and they had a color coding down the side. I might be dating myself here, but they had like red or green or orange or brown or blue. And I remember if I got up into the browns, I was an advanced reader, but they were about this big and you got to take them home and read them. So when I saw these, I was like, a little bit of nostalgia. What I love is, check these out. And these are 3 techniques in crochet that I really want to hone in, that I've never actually tried. This one I've tried, but not successfully. And these other ones I haven't tried. I thought, what a great, because I love we crochet. So this one is learn to crochet cables. Yes, you can do cables with crochet. These books, my friends, came in at $2.99 each. And so here it gives me 4 patterns, and it tells me here's the different stitch guide. So your post stitches, your basic post stitch cables, and your cable patterns. So it's just a great tutorial bag. Now here it talks about here's everything you need for cables. And of course they're going to reference back to their products, but we know we like their products. We know they're reasonable. We know it's great quality. So I have no problem with that. So with the cables, you're doing a lot of like back and front post stitches, and that's how you make your cables. Very simple stitch to understand once you kind of get the hang of it, but that's pretty much. So this here is going to be your front post stitches. You literally come into the front loop of your stitch, and these are going to be your back post stitches, and then you come into the back post of the stitch. Once you master this technique, the possibilities are endless. Endless. So here it gives you really nice step-by-step basic stitch pictures and guides. And then of course, if you want to go, they even have videos on their website that you could QR code here, scan it, takes you right to their website on your phone, your tablet, whatever you're using. And they have some really great tutorial videos as well. So here is the left and right cable patterns. So look at that. Aren't they beautiful? And you can incorporate this into a sweater, a scarf, even some socks if you wanted to. Really liked this. So here you got your first pattern, your braided headband. Then we've got the funicular cowl. Love that. Using these. So this is a great way to learn a new technique and then try it out on these really easy, basic patterns. I was trying to make a sweater for the Brit, and it didn't end well because I didn't know how to do cables. So it was all up the front. I got really frustrated, and I'm doing a totally different stitch with it, which is fine. It's kind of a shame because I really wanted to learn cables, but I'm going to step it back a little bit. And I'm going to, and it could have been the way the pattern was written, although I really like the pattern writer, but I'm going to try something simple, easy, sweet. And then when I get my sea legs under me, my cable legs, then I can go back and try this. This is your Railway Hill set. This is coming in. It's beautiful. Really, really nice. And again, showing those charts, giving you really great instructions. Canopy Fairy cabled pullover. So you can see the cables there in that pattern. Sort of. That's great. Love that. Just down the front. Oh, here you go. There's a better picture. You can really see it along the back. Who says you have to knit to get cables? Like, what is it that you knit that you can't do in crochet? This is my question. How is it that you can knit and go, well, there's something that you could do and you can't crochet? I don't believe it. I mean, look at that. That looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm really excited about this one. And then here it gives you your different yarn guides and the best yarns to use and things like that. This is one of the, they do this in a lot of their books, and I find it so valuable. Having something like this to tell you what weight you're using and what yarn weight you need to do is invaluable. If you use the wrong weight yarn, your project is either going to be way too big or way too small. So it is all about right tools for the right job, right yarn for the right pattern. Like it's like the Goldilocks, right? Either too big, too small, just right. All right. And then of course we have all of the codes and stuff here on the back. So I loved, and honestly for the price point of $2.99, now mind you, it might've been a little bit more because it might've been getting it on sale. Super duper find here, people. I'll show you the other two that I got. So a while back, I was talking about learning how to do filet crochet, which is a very old crochet technique. It's been around since like the 1800s, early 1900s. Women would use it to make lace and curtains and tablecloths and different things like that. And it consists of, basically, they call it open crochet and closed crochet, single crochets and doubles and skipping stitches and things like that to create these really intricate patterns. But the technique uses usually a very, very fine yarn, a very thin yarn, like a weight of a 1, sometimes a weight of a 2, to really get the technique. So I was like, all right, and I'm making a top for my son's girlfriend, and the pattern that she picked out, I had to do some research, is filet crochet. That's how I got onto this whole wagon. And so I thought, well, I better learn how to do this. So anyways, so this is some great patterns. So it gives you some ideas. This is starting off table of contents. So we've got your filet crochet basics, how to read a chart, blocking basics, and then you end up getting 3 patterns out of this one. Well, this book also came in at $2.99. So here it talks about what filet is. So this is what we're talking about when we talk about filet. When I mentioned we have the open and the closed stitch pattern, this is what we're talking about here. Okay. And then again, all the supplies that you need, which is great. The different yarns. Now, again, this is not going to be like your bulkies. And it tells you this, the Curio 10 or the 3, the Cotton, the Comfy, the Shine. So a lot of your cotton yarns is what we use for filet crochet. Pima cotton, or, they even recommend using Dishy. So not long ago, I got the mystery cotton and cotton worsted bags from We Crochet, 2 separate bags. So I was able to really take a look at basically their whole entire line of cotton yarns and their different blends. So this is something called, this is the Comfy fingerling weight. This is a weight of a 1. This would be a really great yarn to use for filet crochet. Now it also says you can use their Comfy sports weight. This is coming in at a weight of a 2. So you see how it's really thin. This is what we need to be using. And you got to use some really, really small needles. A lot of patience, I think, is going to be coming into this. Now, this I recommend using a Dishy, and Dishy is coming in at a weight of a 4. So that I was a little surprised at, but that's what it says you can use, perhaps. So here, again, it gives you chain. Basically, filet is chain and double crochet and single crochet. Those are your main stitches that you're looking at. And then here's how to read a filet chart. So here you're going to have your open and closed crochet stitches to get your patterns, and then this translates over to this. And then again, some of the blocking, because you are going to have to block it, because it's filet crochet is it's more precise. So oftentimes you have to kind of like, you almost press it as well. You block it so everything gets really nice and neat. All your corners are neat. Sometimes when you're crocheting, it gets a little bit wavy. So blocking is really going to help all of that out. But you might even try to do maybe some steam Here it shows here, so you might need to be doing some steam blocking as well. And then here, so here it shows you the difference. Here's your before, and then here is pinning and drying, and then that's what it looks like afterwards. I have been amazed sometimes when I block something, the difference that it makes. I'm like, oh, I don't want to block. 2 things I hate doing, if you guys have listened to me before. Number 1, blocking. Number 2, creating swatches. Hate them both. I'm like, let me just get into the pattern. You're wasting my time. But it makes a world of difference. So don't skimp on the shortcuts. Do everything you're supposed to do. Create your swatches and do your blocking. Be good and block and swatch. Swatch and block. So this is a little market bag, which I might give this one a shot. Really cute. And you want to use a cotton when you're making a market bag because you don't want it to, like this here's a market bag that I made. Very simple, but you know, you don't want it to stretch because if you add like a nylon or an acrylic, it's going to stretch. And you don't want it to stretch if it's a market bag. You want it to stretch if it's a sock, right? And it goes back in. So this is 100% of a cotton. So this is actually really cute. I love that. And then here you have your chart. So you're going to have your clover and then your heart and then how you get there. So again, here your heart is your closed pattern loop, and then your the stuff around it is the open. Wedding wall hanging, that's really cute. So if you ever saw like in your grandmother's home, or a lot of times you see Irish lace and they use a lot of the filet, it's very precise. It's just, good Lord, who has enough time in their life for that? But it's an art. If you see people doing it, it is a skill, it is an art. And so I thought, well, I want to learn how to do this. So this looks to me like a little bit of a fleur-de-lis. This is the wetted filet crochet. Crescendo filet wrap. Now I'm saying filet. Somebody might be out there going, it's called fillet. In my world, filet is a French word and you don't pronounce the T. So if I'm wrong in that, go ahead and call me out. But I do believe this is a French technique. And so I'm going to call it filet crochet. And it's my world. And that's what I'm going to do with it. It makes me feel happy to do that. And this is the 40 filet T. And then you can get this pattern for free. So I loved this. I was like, what a great way. Again, take it, pop it into your little project bag, and off you go. And this, again, came in at $2.99. Can't beat that. So if you're looking for some really good kind of like niche crochet techniques, I would say check these books out. The last one that I got, another thing that I've been wanting to learn how, never tried it, kind of shied away from it, is the C to C, the corner to corner. And you know, with the granny squares that we're doing for Project Welcome Home, recently somebody sent in some corner to corner crochet squares. I'm like, those are so beautiful. What did they do? And I knew that it looked familiar, but being that I've never done corner to corner, it didn't really resonate with me until after I finished the video. Then I came back and I was like, oh yeah, that's crochet, that's corner to corner. Then you guys were coming in, it's corner to corner, it's corner to corner. I'm like, yeah, I get it. Thank you. I appreciate that, but I did figure it out. And I don't really know much about corner to corner. Again, this book came in at $2.99 again. So again, you got all the interesting stuff in the front. What you need, your stitch markers, your notebook, blah, blah, blah. Here's your chain and your slip stitch. There is, I'm really excited to try this because I know that there's a technique in the way you do it, but once you get going with it, my understanding is it's very easy. They're using the Brava Speckle. And then, so here it shows you have to build like these kind of little, because it's a lot of intarsia stitching where you come up with the 2 different colors. And it's interesting. So like the white's going to come in and go into this little V shape in here. So it gives you all your little stitch guides here. And again, of course, your chart. And then that's interesting. Here it shows you how to manage your yarn. So it says each section should be attached to its own ball of yarn, and then you have a lot of loose strings wrapping around a set of bobbins. That's interesting. I wouldn't have known, because I sometimes when you put them in a project bag, you want to make sure that the bags are, you know, individual, so they have their own little compartments. I have some beautiful We Crochet project bags that have like 4 snaps across, so you could put the yarn through it and it's only coming up through that one hole, and they're really nice, strong, sturdy straps. That would be a perfect application for this. So here is a Scandi corner to corner cowl. That gives you, again, the picture and the pattern. And a chart as well. I'm excited to try this. Corner to corner Afghan. Times Square corner to corner cardigan. Great. Love this. And then again, it's got your charts here. So these little $2.99 books come with the book, all the instructions, very, very good pictures, instructions, a QR code that you could go and scan and go to their website, probably for some instructional videos, and 3 patterns. So the Learn to Crochet, Learn to Corner has 3 patterns. I believe, the Filet Crochet has 3 patterns. And then I'm thinking the Cable also has 3 patterns. So I was just really excited to get these. These to me felt very hands-on, like relatable, easy to carry, pack around. You're not having to carry around some big book if you're going to be traveling. And everything that you need is right here. And then if you kind of go off the rails a little bit, you can always just use that QR code and just go and find it. So I was excited to get these guys. Again, these came in at $2.99. They were 30% off, but even still, that's not much. The Hooked on Socks, super excited about this guy. And then this Shoreline is a collection. It's so cute. These are perfect to be taking with me on my travels, on my vacations. I can say, here's a project. I'm going to do this. Here's the book. Here's my yarn, got my project bag, I'm ready to go. Now I just have to pack my clothes. But I usually find that I'm more interested in packing up my projects. And then I go, oh, I gotta pack clothes too. I forgot about that. Maybe I'll just pack projects to make clothes that I can then wear on the trip. That's a great idea. I'll have to look into that. Anyways, so I just wanted to show you my wee collection, my wee crochet wee book collection from Wee Crochet. Oh, for goodness sakes. I don't have an Irish accent. I don't even play one on TV, so let's not even go there. Anyways, but aren't these adorable? I absolutely love these. So if you want to get your hands on these, go to their website. I'll include the information down in the notes. They may not be on sale, but they might be offering another sale, some kind of a percentage where you can get money off, because they're doing that all the time. But check them out. Wee Crochet has very fast, quickly become one of my very, very, very favorite sites to go to for great quality yarn, great prices, awesome sales. You can even double dip on your coupons, and just great support. Really, really am impressed with the company, with the yarns, with the books, with the instructions, with all of it. So I just wanted to share that with you and pass that on. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do. All you have to do is hit like and subscribe. That's all you need to do. It's very simple, easy for you, free for you, but then at least you get all the notifications of when I'm dropping a new video. All right, so please tell your friends, share this channel with people that you love and like, and say, hey, go check her out. She's kind of fun, kind of quirky, but it's cool. Because we love everyone that comes in here. We got more and more subscribers and more visitors and more fun. You can check out our website or Facebook page at Kimberly with Knit for Brains as well. Thanks so much for watching me. Thanks for spending time with me today. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains. And as always, I'll see you soon.